Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are getting dangerously close to the end of Sir Thomas More, which of course means we get to hear from Sir Thomas More today, but we're in Act 5, Scene 1. Kind of regardless of what version you're reading, they all come back together and have decided that this is Act 5, Scene 1. So the important things that have happened leading up to this: Sir Thomas More refused to sign some documents from the king, and the second time that he refused, he was told that he had to go to the tower. Those were his choices, either sign the documents or go to the tower, and he's like, yeah, I'll give in and do what the king wants. And his whole family was like, yay, he's going to sign the documents, everything will be fine. He's like, no, that's not what I meant. I meant I'll go to the tower, because he feels that morally and ethically that's the better thing to do. So this Act 5, Scene 1, he is being taken to the tower, but before he enters, we get to see some of the common people, a bunch of warders, and they're sort of holding back the crowd because everybody wants to see Sir Thomas More sort of march through the streets and taken to the tower because he's beloved by the people. He's been a champion for the poorer people. Remember that whole thing with the pickpocket at the beginning, who he was able to acquit? He's been fair and just to so many people that this huge crowd has shown up, and we've got these warders, and they're like, have you ever seen anything like this? And, was there ever anybody that was liked so much? And have you ever seen people cry so much over somebody being sent to the tower? That kind of thing. And then this woman sort of shoves her way to the front, and she's like, I have to get through. I have to speak to Sir Thomas More. And they're like, he's not the Lord Chancellor anymore. He can't do anything for you. She's like, no, but I need to talk to him because he's been helping me with this lawsuit for the last 2 years. He has all of my evidence. I need to make sure that doesn't get, thrown away or anything like that. And then right around that time, Sir Thomas More and Surrey and Shrewsbury and all the sheriffs and lords, whatever, come through. And she's like, Sir More, can you help me? And he's like, oh, yeah, I can't really help anymore, but I gave all of your evidence to the king. So he has everything. He's familiar with your case. The best thing that you can do is go plead to him. So also kind of how awesome is that Sir Thomas More, as he's being arrested, still takes care of all of his responsibilities and makes sure that the people that he had been helping are still able to be helped and aren't just going to be dropped because he was taken off to prison. And she's like, thank you, you're so kind, you're so wonderful. And they take him into a cell, and they leave him there with, some sort of, okay, this is where you are now, and bye, we'll see you later. And all of the various lords and earls and what have you leave, and Sir Thomas More is there by himself, and he says, fair prison, welcome. Yet methinks for thy fair building 'tis too foul a name. Many a guilty soul, and many an innocent, have breathed their farewell to thy hollow rooms. I oft have entered into thee this way. Yet I thank God ne'er with a clear conscience than at this hour. This is my comfort. Yet how hard sore my lodging prove, the cry of the poor suitor, fatherless orphan or distressed widow, shall not disturb me in my quiet sleep. Oh, then, a God's name to our close abode. God is as strong here as he is abroad. And that's the end of the scene. So he's just taking a moment to reflect on his surroundings and his state now. This is maybe the first that we've seen him really alone. He's been taken away from his family. He doesn't have any of the crowds around him anymore. And he's just in the tower now and knows that he's never going to leave. And he knows that he had sent people to the tower, but he's okay with being there now because he knows that ethically and morally this is the right thing for him. He would prefer to be here fulfilling this sentence than to have signed those documents from the king. So he's like, you know what, this is right. This is where I'm supposed to be. And even though I'm locked up in prison, God is still here with me because I did the right thing. And that's the end of the scene. So a little bit, we're winding down from like the sort of jovial jokester Sir Thomas More. He's now having to deal with his surroundings, but he's still trying to maintain as positive an attitude as he can, and we'll see how long that lasts. So come on back tomorrow for more. I think there's only like 3 more monologues in this, and then we move on to the next one. So we'll be wrapping up soon, and come on back tomorrow as we work towards how this is all going to wrap up. I'll see you then. Mwah.